Hey there, Variety here. Welcome to today's video in which I'm going to be doing a Spider Queen full raid guide for Tarisland. So the Spider Queen epic mode is the one we're going to be talking about today. So it released about 12 hours ago in Asia, and it will be releasing either just recently or in the next couple hours for EU and NA. The Spider Queen is definitely a jump up in difficulty from the previous Spider Queen that you would have completed, which would have been Elite. And it adds in a couple of extra mechanics to the platforms that will one-shot you. So usually when they add extra boss mechanics, if it's something you can avoid, something very obvious, something that's not a one-shot that'll break your raid. But in the Spider Queen, if you're unaware of these mechanics happening, it will wipe your raid and people will get very upset with you. So I'm going to talk about each of the mechanics and do a full raid guide, kind of like I did recently with the Archdruid, rather than just showing you the video. If you just want to see the fight, feel free to jump ahead to boss fight so you can skip any of the ability descriptions that I talk about next. So the first and probably the most important thing in this fight are the eggs. So on the field, you're going to see black eggs and you're going to see green eggs. So you'll see the black eggs down towards the bottom. They got a little bit of green, but they got a lot of black in them. And the green eggs are the ones at the top left, which you can see are clearly completely green. Throughout the fight, you need to stand on the blackish eggs to make ads spawn out of them and kill the ads. You have to do this because they start spitting at your raid and they do a lot of damage, so you actually have to clear all of these. The green eggs blow you back, so they blow you off the edge and kill you. In reality, you can just dodge the green eggs if you're skilled enough. You can just walk through them. But generally what I do is I try to put the boss in front of the green eggs to swipe them to make it a little bit easier for the raid team to run up one of the webs. So you can completely ignore the green eggs if you want, but the black eggs you have to kill. So what you're going to do is, it doesn't matter which way you do this, but basically you have your off tank run around the outside of the arena and pick up all the black eggs, pull them to the boss, and then kill them. The final two up the top behind the boss right now, you can kill them halfway through the first phase, or you can kill them at the beginning. Totally up to you. They don't do a lot of damage at this point, at least not to me, so you can really pull them in any which way your tank desires. The first ability is Morning Claw. Basically, just aim it at the green eggs and dodge it. It's really that straightforward, so always aim the boss at the green eggs in the first phase. Next up is Devour Egg. It basically puts the eggs in the middle of the field. Just kill the ads at the same time as killing the eggs. The main thing here is to make sure you don't actually touch the eggs, otherwise you will die. This is Shadow Poison. It's supposed to make you tank swap, but either I'm too geared or the boss is too weak at this phase, and it doesn't actually do that much damage to me, so we don't actually do it. Shadow Howl. The boss will teleport to the middle of whatever arena it's currently on and do a purple effect. You crack eggs at the same time if there's any eggs left, and you make sure you stay away, because if you're in the middle when that happens, you will die. Expel. Pull the boss to one side of the arena, stand behind it, and get pushed across the arena. You can do this in the middle, but it is way more risky. So we get pushed back, then we run back to the boss, and we push it to the next phase, and then run up the webs. So you're about to move on to phase 2, and there's a lot about to happen. So if you push the boss too slowly at this point, everybody's going to get an AoE slow around them, and if you stand next to somebody else, it's going to stack the slows to the point where you can't even move. So ideally, you push the boss before it actually does that mechanic. When the phase 2 actually begins, the boss is going to split into two, and it's going to give you a purple buff or a green. You need to go green, left, purple, you need to go right. You absolutely have to go wherever the color tells you. So as the web comes down, the boss is going to climb up the web, and it's going to drop like these webs on the middle of the web, and it's going to slow you down. So you need to stay ahead of the spider, okay? So you basically run up the web ahead of the spider and attack the spider as you're going up. The spider is also going to apply panic to somebody, the nearest person, which makes you panic and you can't control your character. The healer needs to dispel this character so they don't walk themselves to their own doom. Assuming you push it fast enough and get rid of the AoE, so you skip that mechanic and you walk ahead of the boss and the healer dispels you, everything else you need to do is basically DPS and run up the web. If you want to see exactly how this is done, you'll see this in the boss fight that I'll show you at the end of this video. So once you've gone up to the second route on the purple side, you need to make sure that you interrupt the boss, otherwise it will wipe out your party. While you're interrupting the boss and taunting it if you're the tank, you're going to run around the boss and crack the eggs to kill the eggs. The boss is going to use web climb and climb up in the air and summon green ants that drop eggs. Kill the green eggs and blow up the eggs. On the purple platform, the boss is going to put a ability in the middle of the map, which you need to make sure you don't go in the middle, otherwise you die. If you're on the green platform while she's in the air, she will push you back. So keep in mind the mechanic is different depending on which platform that you're actually on. So we're getting near the end of the phase here. The boss is going to summon Devour Egg on each platform and pull you towards them. Make sure both teams kill it. Afterwards, it's going to apply an AoE stun, which really isn't that bad if you're already in position. The purple boss is going to jump into the middle and do the purple AoE, which will kill you. The green boss will do the pushback. So it'll always do the opposite of what it did when it's in the air. After then, we just have to run up the platform towards the third platform as fast as possible so we can kill the eggs on the third platform. When you get to the third platform, interrupt the boss and follow your tank for your party and kill as many eggs as possible while the boss is merging back into one. Just after the spider merges back into one, it's going to use web climb to go back up into the air, and it's going to summon ads, which you need to kill them and, you know, crack the eggs and kill them like you normally do. Be aware though that the spider is going to push you back, and then just after the pushback, it's also going to do the ability where you can't be in the middle. So you need to be in the middle to get pushed back, and then stay away from the middle when the web ability happens. This will all happen while she's in the air. So there's the knockback, and the next ability she's going to use is to keep us away from the middle. See, there you go. So make sure you stack in the middle and then stay away. Towards the end of the fight, the boss is just going to keep using the same abilities again and again. The main thing you need to watch out for is Shadow Howl, which makes you run away, and then it uses Universal Knockback, which is Expel. I wasn't actually quick enough, and you're going to watch it blow me off the edge right at the end of the fight. Fortunately though, her HP was low enough that we were able to kill her, despite me getting pushed off the edge as a tank, which was extremely silly of me. There we go, I get pushed off, and she dies. Congratulations on beating the epic spider.
My destiny. Welcome to the place where I was reborn and where you will die.
Get away from teammates. Take turns taunting between tanks. Get away from the boss. Dodge.
Come here. Come
Get away
into
from
my
teammates.
arms.
Interrupt in time. Get away from teammates. 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 Dodge. Interrupt in time. Interrupt in time.
Don't be too excited. There's more to come.
Get away from teammates. Take turns taunting between takes.快集合！
Death should not be my destiny.